Day 1. I needed somewhere to relax and get my mind off of things. I read a travel guide and decided to go to a place called Silent Hill. Sounds tranquil. Day 2. I came into town and it was as quiet as the name says. The streets are pretty empty and I found a nice motel to stay at. There's not really much to do around here. I took a walk around town and only got some weird stares from people passing by. Some of them had wide but unconscious eyes, like they were on something. It must be obvious I'm a tourist to them, I guess. At least a cool mint thing was left on my bathroom sink. It tasted odd. Must have been spoiled. Something's wrong. I fell asleep while writing a last entry and woke up here. Everything's so foggy and my clock doesn't work. I walked outside of my room to find someone, anyone that could tell me what's going on. But the fog engulfed my cries for help. The only thing that hurt them were these ungodly abominations. It was almost like they manifested from my fear alone, like a living nightmare. After God knows how long running from those freaks, I found my room again. This has to be a dream. It has to be. I just have to wake up. I lie in my bed, terrified out of my mind, and try to go to sleep. Silent Hill is one of the most terrifying games you can get on the PS1. It's designed in a way that the atmosphere creates most of the fear experience. The endless fog, the unsettling music, the sound that you're not sure came from your imagination or not. It all just keeps you on the edge, but glued to your screen, unable to put the controller down for your own good. It makes the town feel like a dark cavern, beckoning for you to explore deeper until you're swallowed up whole by its endless secrets and chambers holding God knows what. Harry Mason is a father who has no choice but to delve into the cavern to try and find his daughter, who only leads him deeper into the darkness. The FMVs of Silent Hill have always had this dreamish quality to me. There's something about how everyone's facial expressions are just barely visible, and how everyone's skin seems to be drained pale, accented by the fog that's always present. The fog also blocks you from seeing the background. It's like trying your hardest to remember how a dream looked, but your mind can only construct bits and pieces of it in your head. The first area of the game sets the tone of a nightmare perfectly. There's nobody in sight, and you're being led deeper into the dream by a familiar face that's just out of reach. The fog is almost blinding. It seems to create buildings and stores from thin air as you run through it. Then, you see something horrible. It's barely even comprehensible, like your head intentionally leaving details out. A dog? Is it even an animal? Its entrails and blood are splattered everywhere, a loud and clear warning telling you to get out.
Every time I have like Taco Bell, this is what happens in the bathroom and stuff like that. It gets really nasty. That's actually really gross. I don't think
And yet, you continue. Despite your better judgment and fear, you continue. The camera angles change to reflect what you saw. You're at a bird's eye view, giving the feeling that you're being watched by whatever thing did that to the body. If that wasn't enough, it suddenly gets darker and sirens start to play. Another warning that something bad is about to happen. This is where things start to get nightmarish. Wheelchairs and stretchers with dead bodies start popping up, along with more blood leading you towards whatever did all this. Then, you find it. A body, wrapped up in bandages and strung up with half of its torso missing. This is all very sudden, showcasing how wrong a dream can go in such little time. By now, it's obvious that it's a nightmare. Little demon babies come out of nowhere to stab you in your ankles, so you run. Only to find that your only exit has been suddenly barred off. After getting stabbed to death, you wake up in a cold sweat. This is very similar to how some of my actual dreams have been structured. Everything starts out as vague and blurry, aimless. Then you see something scary that kickstarts the horror. More and more scary things pop up and try to get you. Then, you wake up, thanking God that was just a dream. But, this nightmare isn't over yet. To Harry's horror, the dream was real. The streets are crawling with monsters that you couldn't even imagine. Dogs and vultures with their skin inside out, holding an insatiable thirst for your blood. Almost every store and house is inaccessible, leaving you with nowhere to escape from these monsters. Parts of the town seem to be suddenly cut off, with roads leading to the void. That's what's stopping you from getting to the school Cheryl is supposed to be at. But somehow, behind a locked door you can bypass these cutoffs. It shows that some doors of Silent Hill seemingly have miraculous qualities, being able to take you to places that should be impossible to go. It makes me think of these doors as a way of going deeper into the dream. Stage 1, Fragmentary, would be the town when you first arrive. Everything is so foggy and doesn't really make sense. Stage 2, more thought-like, is the area past the door, with the sky turned dark and more enemies around. Stage 3, vivid, hallucinatory, and bizarre, are the areas with the bosses and warp doors. When you go through the door of the house that leads to the school, the sky turns darker, and there seem to be more enemies than before. In the school, the door under the clock tower leads you into an upside-down version of the school, with doors that seem to bring you to places that won't match up with the map. Events that happen in the school are also changed. I don't like this. Not one bit. I'm gonna get my blick out just in case. Okay. Hold your horses. It's a cat. He closed it. Nothing inside. That's scary. Well, what did that activate? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Oh my gosh. That's not funny. That's not funny, dude. You're like gonna shoot you right now. The whole theory of Silent Hill being a dream elaborates on the origin of Silent Hill itself. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. This is like, yeah, honestly, I don't recommend if you like want to save on spoilers. I just recommend you stop the video here, because pretty much this is where we get to like analyzing like the second half of the game. Okay, thank you, bye. From my understanding, yes, my understanding, I hate all of you, so I don't want to hear any comments saying, "Oh, the later game proves this." This is my game theory. The dark world of Silent Hill is kept alive by Alessa's suffering. Caused by a ritual gone wrong, Alessa, the other half of Cheryl, was given severe burns all over her body, along with immortality that has kept her alive for all these years. She was kept in a deep coma state, hidden under the hospital by the cult responsible for her suffering. By some supernatural projection, Silent Hill is the endless nightmare of Alessa. Chapter 3: Manifestation of Delusions. Poltergeists are among these. Negative emotions like fear, worry, or stress manifest in external energy with physical effects. Nightmares have, in some cases, been shown to trigger them. However, such phenomena do not appear to happen to just anyone. Although it's not clear why, adolescents, especially girls, are prone to such occurrences. This would explain why the monsters of Silent Hill look that way. They're the nightmares of a child. School kids that bullied her, made into laughing demons that stab you. Her fear of dogs transformed into flesh-eating hounds. Her fear of cockroaches made into huge aggressive pests. Another part of the game I'd like to look at is the hospital. In my opinion, both parts of it are the scariest parts of the game. Walking inside, you meet another person. Dr. Kauffman. And he's already setting off quite a few red flags. He points a gun right at Harry, even with it being obvious he's not a monster. Unless Harry is really ugly. Kauffman is here because he played a vital part of the ritual, along with peddling drugs. These drugs are PTV, a super hallucinatory powder that's used by the cult to look into the other side. Continuing on, things seem relatively normal in the hospital. There's some cockroaches in the basement, but what hospital doesn't have that? Turning the generator on and getting into the elevator, you find that the doors to the other floors are locked. Wait, I guess not. Not bad. This is a part of many ways that the game likes to mess with you, especially in the hospital. Sounds being played when you leave a room, doors leading to places where they shouldn't, and this. I legitimately thought I was going insane due to a lack of sleep. I don't stay up often, but I wanted to for this game. My head was running in circles trying to figure out if I was going crazy, or if the game was actually haunted. It didn't help that I was in my dark basement, alone and cold, trying to figure out if that sound the game played was the spirit of Alessa in my house or not. The camera angles just make everything so claustrophobic and cramped. It makes it feel like this place is just crawling with demonic nurses and doctors. I always hated dealing with the nurses. Seeing their bodies rapidly spasm on the floor after you deal a finishing blow. It holds the same suddenness and surprise of seeing Leon get beheaded by the chainsaw for the first time. There's just something really disturbing about seeing detailed depictions of human death in a video game. Like, it's not exactly the real thing, but like, it's still shocking to watch. I can only describe the final sequence of the game as a dream. For the second time, you're stuck in the scary hospital, but with a purpose. Harry knows that whatever is behind his madness is here.
I'm being summoned. What happened in this town? What could be making things like this? I have a feeling if I take the elevator down, I'll find it. Cheryl.
Harry pushes through puzzles, more monsters, and the truth of Lisa. Lisa was a nurse at Alchemilla Hospital. She was assigned to treat Alessa, and while doing so, she took on that same painful immortality, leaving her trapped in the hospital. I find Lisa's story tragic. She was just doing her job, yet she fell victim to the side effect of the cult's exploitation of Alessa. The two are intertwined, with Lisa's close and constant exposure to Alessa leaving her to deal with the fear and terror of being stuck in the other world. In later scenes she's in, you can see the fear and desperation for Harry to stay.
If there's a chance, I've got to try.
Harry, don't go! I don't want to be alone. It's so scary, I can't stand it.
How about coming with me? This may not be the safest place in the world either. I can't promise you anything, but I'll do my best to protect you.
No, somehow I feel I'm not supposed to leave this place. Oh, Harry, I'm so scared. I'm cold.
Look, just wait here a little longer. I'll be back as soon as I find my daughter.
Harry?
The fear drives her mad, to the point of her going down to the source of her suffering and finding out why she's trapped in the other world in the first place.
Harry.
Lisa. What happened? Where's Alessa and Dahlia?
Harry, listen. Something you said before has been bothering me. I just can't get it out of my head.
What is it, Lisa?
So I went to look in the basement, even though I was scared as hell. Like you said, there were these creepy rooms, but nothing really unusual down there. But while I was down there, I got this weird feeling. Like I'd been there before. Like something happened there, but I can't quite remember somehow. What was it? Harry, help me. I'm so scared. I can't take this.
It's only a temporary thing. You're in shock from when you were knocked out. Don't fret about it. You'll remember after a while.
No. You don't understand.
Wait! Where do you think you're going?
Harry,
Lisa, what's the matter with you?
I get it now. Why I'm still alive even though everyone else is dead. I'm not the only one who's still walking around. I'm the same as them. I just hadn't noticed it before.
Lisa.
Stay by me, Harry. Please. I'm so scared. Help me. Save me from them. Please. Harry.
Lisa.
Lisa is frustrated, sad, and terrified that she's already dead. She's the same as those abominations of nurses and doctors. So, she comes to the only person left that could comfort her, that could protect her. And she gets rejected, pushed away in her most vulnerable state. This seems to finally allow her soul to pass to the other side, giving her eternal rest. The bad ending of the game corroborates my theory of Silent Hill being a dream. After beating Alessa, she abruptly disappears, leaving Harry without his daughter. He falls to his knees as the other world collapses around him, broken. It's revealed that in this ending, Harry never left his car. In fact, it seems like he died in the crash. When I got this ending, I was as broken as Harry. I was desperate to see Harry get his good ending, to see him escape with his daughter in hand. So, I did it all again. I got this sense of finality when I beat the game's good ending. Freeing everyone's soul from the suffering also ends the eternal nightmare. Alessa splits herself into two once again, creating an innocent baby, and her soul finally passing on. She creates a portal for Sybil and Harry to escape. In one last act of retribution, Lisa Garland drags Kauffman all the way down the hell. Everyone gets a fitting ending. Mirroring the title FMV, Harry and Sybil are seen holding this new baby, hopefully going to raise it together in the future. Hey y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed what you watched and what you heard. This was a labor of love. I love this game. It might be my favorite survival horror game. I love Silent Hill. If you haven't played it, you should play it. But yeah, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Comments always help. It doesn't even have to be about the video. You can tell me about sandwich you ate this morning. Also, one of my other producer friends, he just made a new album. It's crazy. I can't pronounce it. I can't pronounce the name, but I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show SoundCloud. I'm gonna show his Bandcamp. I'm gonna show his rate your music, rate my music, and yeah, go take a listen. It's like jungle. It's like breakbeat. And he's British, so you know the British make good jungle. Okay, yeah, Happy New Year, guys. See ya.